Flecked white text on a black screen reads Bangarra. A crouching man and woman rise slowly. Text, Duma, Moth. They stare passively ahead and lift one arm, then the other, then both in unison, repetitively. The man wears a sheer brown sheath of material around his waist, the woman a sheer blue sheath. Their eyes are masked with brown paint. They move in unison, their arms becoming more widespread. Their movements are smooth but brisk. The wall behind them is decorated with a print of large brown feathers. The dancers balance on one leg, their arms outstretched, then enfold their arms in before spinning swiftly around one another with their hands clasped. The female dancer slides her clasped arms over the male dancer's bald head, and he grabs her hands in his own clasped arms. He lifts her, and they move as one. He lowers her, and she shadows him as he moves with his legs and arms outspread. He ducks down, and she casts a long leg over his body. They face one another with clasped hands and leap delicately. The man lifts the woman over his shoulder. She raises her knees to her chest before he lowers her again. He shadows her moves as she crouches and pulses. She takes his hand and spins him across the floor. He lifts her onto his back and turns with her arms stretched high. They pulsate together, their limbs alternately stretched. The woman sinks to her stomach, and the man takes her legs. He flips her onto her back delicately, and she lifts her legs over her head so that she is on her stomach. She gets to her feet, and he drags her gently across the floor. The two shift and turn around one another. The man lifts the woman high and carries her across the space. She reaches her arms out wide. The woman leans backward and slides through the man's legs onto her belly. They move in unison on the floor and then on their feet. They spin gracefully across the space in the mottled light. Their long limbs reach out as they pirouette and leap in unison. The two dancers lay on the floor and roll before the feathered set. Their moves are often sudden, but always smooth. On their feet, the dancers leap and bend their arms back behind their bodies as they walk, gazing at the mottled floor. They leap high in the air and spread their arms like bent wings before clasping their hands together once more. They sink to their knees and place their foreheads on the floor with bent arms lifted high. They stand and spin around one another, undulating their bodies. The man lifts the woman beneath her arms and carries her backwards. As she stands with splayed legs, he crawls beneath them. She lays across his back and he lifts her again, their arms outspread. They fold around each other as the lights fade. Credits: dancers Deborah Brown, Leonard Mickelo. Artistic director Stephen Page. Choreographer Stephen Page. Composer Steve Francis. Set design Peter England. Costume design Jennifer Irwin. Lighting designer Nick Schlieper. Bangarra wishes to acknowledge the traditional Indigenous peoples whose customs and cultures inspire our work. bangarra.com.au